Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Rowan Atkinson. Biography. Rowan Atkinson, born January 6, 1955, in Consett, County Durham, England, is a British actor, writer, and comedian widely regarded as one of the most distinctive and influential comic performers of his generation. Known for his extraordinary mastery of physical comedy and expressive facial control, Atkinson gained international fame through iconic roles such as Mr. Bean and Edmund Blackadder. Early life and education. Atkinson grew up in a middle-class household. His father was a farmer and company director. He attended Durham Choristers' School and later St. Bees School, where he developed an interest in performing through school drama activities. Afterward, he studied electrical engineering at Newcastle University and continued to pursue postgraduate studies at the Queen's College, Oxford. While at Oxford, he began performing comedy sketches, where he met key collaborators, including writer Richard Curtis and composer Howard Goodall. Rise to fame. Atkinson's early success came from stage and radio performances. His quick wit, unique delivery, and ability to build humor from silence caught wide attention. His breakthrough happened with the satirical sketch series, Not the 9 O'Clock News, 1979 to 1982, earning him national recognition in the UK and a BAFTA award. In 1983, Atkinson began starring in Blackadder, a historical sitcom written by Richard Curtis and Ben Elton. Over its 4 seasons, the show became a British comedy landmark, showcasing Atkinson's sharp, sarcastic wit as the cunning antihero Edmund Blackadder. Mr. Bean, a global icon. Atkinson's most famous creation, Mr. Bean, premiered in 1990. The character was inspired in part by silent film legends like Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. Mr. Bean is largely nonverbal, relying on physical humor and visual gags, making the show universally accessible. It became a massive global success, broadcast in more than 190 countries, and later expanded into animated series and feature films including Bean, 1997, Mr. Bean's Holiday, 2007. The character solidified Atkinson as a household name worldwide. Film and other work. Beyond Mr. Bean, Atkinson has appeared in a variety of film genres. Johnny English film series, 2003 to 2018, a parody of spy thrillers, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, 1994, playing a comedic priest, The Lion King, 1994. Voicing Zazu in the original animated film. He has also performed notable roles on stage, including The Nerd and Oliver, where he played Fagin in the West End production. Personal life. Atkinson is known for being private off-camera. He is passionate about cars and motorsports, owning and driving a variety of performance and classic vehicles. He has written for automotive magazines and participated in racing events. He has 3 children and continues to work periodically on television, film, and stage projects. Legacy. Rowan Atkinson's legacy is defined by his timeless contribution to physical comedy and television. His characters have transcended cultural and language barriers. Mr. Bean, in particular, remains one of the most recognizable comedic figures in the world. With a career spanning over 4 decades, Atkinson is celebrated not just as a comedian but as a meticulous performer with precision, intelligence, and unique creative vision. Further biography and career expansion. Early influences and the formation of his comic style. Rowan Atkinson's comedy was shaped by his fascination with visual and physical humor rather than punchline-driven jokes. He admired Jacques Tati, Peter Sellers, and silent film icons like Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin. This influence is evident in Mr. Bean's minimal dialogue and reliance on body language and facial expression. Atkinson once described himself as a visual comedian, someone who thinks of humor first as movement and expression, rather than words. Oxford University, the turning point. While pursuing his graduate degree at Oxford, Atkinson joined the Oxford University Dramatic Society and later, the Oxford Revue, a comedy group. He began writing and performing sketches with Richard Curtis, future screenwriter of Love Actually and Four Weddings and a Funeral. Howard Goodall, composer for the theme songs of Mr. Bean, Blackadder, and The Vicar of Dibley. This trio became the backbone of Atkinson's future success. Not the 9 O'Clock News, 1979 to 1982, the satirical comedy sketch show launched Atkinson to fame. His performances were known for their subtle timing and expressive reactions. The show's success earned Atkinson a BAFTA award and solidified him as one of Britain's most promising comic talents. Blackadder, 1983 to 1989, a cult classic. In Blackadder, Atkinson showed a different comedic strength, biting verbal wit. The show spanned several historical eras, with Atkinson playing different versions of Edmund Blackadder, series setting Atkinson's role. Blackadder, 1983, Medieval England. Prince Edmund, the scheming noble. Blackadder II, 1986, Elizabethan-era Lord Edmund Blackadder. Blackadder III, 1987, Regency period butler to the Prince Regent. Blackadder Goes Forth, 1989, World War I trenches. Captain Blackadder. The series finale, set in World War I, is considered one of the most memorable endings in British television history, shifting from comedy to poignancy. Mr. Bean, 1990-present, a global phenomenon. Atkinson created Mr. Bean as a child trapped in a grown man's body. The character rarely speaks, making him universally relatable. Key features of Mr. Bean's success: sold in over 190 countries, over 100 million YouTube subscribers across official Bean channels, animated series broadcast internationally, films grossing hundreds of millions of dollars. Mr. Bean became one of Britain's biggest cultural exports. Atkinson said he crafted Bean to succeed without language, calling it comedy that crosses borders. Olympic Games 2012. One of his most famous modern appearances was at the London 2012 Olympics opening ceremony, where he played Mr. Bean during a live performance of Chariots of Fire, earning global praise. Johnny English, 2003 to 2018. The comic spy. The Johnny English trilogy parodies James Bond films. Atkinson performs most of his own stunts and uses his expressive physical comedy to portray a clueless yet well-meaning secret agent. The series' combined global box office success helped attract a new generation of fans. Stage work and other interests. Rowan Atkinson is also a seasoned stage actor. Notable theatrical projects include The Nerd, West End standout performance, 1984-1985, Oliver. 2009, played Fagin. Earning rave reviews. Passion for cars. Atkinson has a lifelong love of automobiles, owns classic racing cars, including a McLaren F1, frequently participates in track racing events, has written columns for Car Magazine despite several high-profile car crashes. He insisted on repairing his McLaren instead of selling it, a testament to his connection with automobiles. Personal traits and public image. Atkinson is known for being introverted, thoughtful, and analytical. He is not a fan of celebrity culture and prefers privacy. Unlike many comedians, he has never tried to be on or constantly funny in interviews. He describes comedy as an engineering process, where timing and precision matter just as much as creativity. Awards and honors. Selected, BAFTA Award. Not the 9 O'Clock News British Academy nomination, Mr. Bean Olivier Theatre Award nomination, Oliver. Honorary Doctor of Letters, Oxford Brookes University legacy. Rowan Atkinson is recognized as one of the greatest physical comedians since the silent film era, a multi-talented performer who excels in both verbal and non-verbal comedy, a global icon who created characters that transcend language and culture. His influence on modern comedy, particularly visual storytelling, remains strong. Rowan Atkinson. In-depth creative process and philosophy of comedy. Rowan Atkinson approaches comedy like engineering, structured, precise, analytical. He once said, "A joke is like a machine. Every part must play a role." Unlike many comedians who rely on improvisation or verbal wit, Atkinson plans every move, down to eyebrow lifts and pauses. His performances involve carefully timed physical gestures, use of silence as a comedic weapon, visual exaggeration rather than verbal punchlines. He has a rare ability to portray emotion without words, a skill many compare to Chaplin or Toddy. Directors who have worked with him have said he rehearses silently in front of mirrors for hours, refining the tiniest movement. Mr. Bean. Behind the scenes, the idea of Mr. Bean began while Atkinson was still a university student. He tested the character at a comedy festival in France, where he performed an entire routine without speaking, to see if the comedy worked internationally. It did. He intentionally gave Mr. Bean limited speech so anyone, anywhere could understand the humor without knowing English. Atkinson has said Mr. Bean is a child trapped in a man's body. He also admitted that Mr. Bean is tiring to perform and emotionally draining. Playing Mr. Bean is exhausting. He's not relaxed, ever. In recent years, he has hinted that the character's physical demands might make him appear less often, and he has shifted more toward voice acting. Animated Mr. Bean. Blackadder, Impact and Legacy. Blackadder is considered one of the greatest British sitcoms ever made. Atkinson played 4 different versions of the Blackadder character, each snarkier and sharper than the last. Unique traits of the show: clever satire of British history, dense, intelligent wordplay, iconic insults, often delivered with deadpan venom, example of classic Blackadder wit. "I have a plan so cunning you could put a tail on it and call it a weasel." The final scene of Blackadder goes forth, fading from comedy to tragedy in the trenches of World War I. Is regarded as one of the most powerful endings in British.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.